What up YouTube, it's Misery Company. In this video, we're talking about the brand new patch notes that just dropped for an update that's coming in literally just like tomorrow by the time you're watching this video, which is very, very exciting. And while this update is not super rich with brand new content, new legendaries, or anything like that, it does kind of pave the way for the rest of this month and what we should expect maybe from this update and then the following one. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to hypothesize at the very end on what I think is coming up next, because like I said, while they don't necessarily share a lot, they share enough where we can kind of make some interesting conclusions. And we're also obviously going to talk about everything that's in the patch notes. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. All right, so like I said, today is January 3rd, at least of the time of this recording. You're going to see this video on January 4th, first thing in the morning at 9 a.m. FYI, that's when I post all my videos, not on January 4th, but at 9 a.m. You know what I meant. Let's get straight to it. But yeah, so here we are. Diablo Immortal gets a new update. Quell, is that the word? Quell, the rising damnation in Diablo Immortal. Well met. All right, so we're not going to go into all of the fun stuff. So it just says, actually, this is actually relevant. I also want to like privy this with this excerpt is wrote not by a dev. Surprise, surprise for any of you that haven't played a lot of mobile games. So this is wrote by a community manager, very likely, who is very good at their job. And because I've heard some other content creators mention, like, this obviously means that the game is not dying, which it's not. It's far not. But just keep in mind, this is not wrote by like a dev with actual information on what's coming. This is wrote by someone whose job is to make it seem like this is exciting, and so is what is next. I'm not, drawing any conclusions there. I just want to offer that sort of like, I guess, feedback out there. All right, so since Terror's Tide, our second major update for Diablo Immortal, I would argue third, many gallant adventurers have unshackled Stormpoint from evil, stayed safe and warm during the Brumaltine, I still know how to say it, thank God the event's over, and began their ascent to hell difficulties 6, 7, and 8. We're beginning 2023 with a smaller content update. I do appreciate that they call it what it is, comprised of a new limited time event and a variety of updates to existing game features. This year is just the beginning, though. The year is just beginning, though. Wow, that was such an easy sentence, but we made it hard. Whatever. And we have many content updates and additional major updates in store for you. We thank you for beginning your year by slaying hell's horrors on in Diablo Immortal. As with previous content updates, there will be a server maintenance starting on January 4th from 4 to 6 p.m. PDT, and then European January 5th from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. PDT servers in the Americas. All right. And then all items mentioned above will be live. Specific dates for any content going live afterwards are provided below, which is good. This is more of a transparent message. They're saying anything that we talk about here will go live right after the update. If it's not going to be live after the update, we are telling you when it will be live in the comments below. I have not read this yet, but I have, because I'm a little later than all the other content creators, I have actually had the luxury of covering all their content. So I'll have both sort of their feedback as well as my own to draw from this video. So moving on. All right, so feature updates. Legendary gems. Players have brought to our attention that some legendary gems behave inconsistently with creatures summoned by the player. So basically, Chip of the Stone Flesh is getting a bit of a buff. So your summoned creatures will now deal additional damage to enemies affected by Explosive Curse. All right, so Seeping Bile. The damage over time effects now apply to critical hits originated from your summoned creatures. Both of these updates, both of these, I guess, changes or buffs to these two gems will, without a doubt, affect A, the market, and B is going to be a pretty massive buff to necromancers, which is pretty obvious there. The next one up is Reforged Stones. So until now, Reforged Stones have only been purchasable by using Eternal Orbs. We want to allow more players to gather their hands on this item and have made the following changes to further this. So basically, you can buy Reforged Stones. You can buy them for 1,000 platinum. So which is it's a nice change, but in my opinion, and so a lot of people said like, well, this is a ripoff, which I personally will not buy Reforged Stones for that price. I would definitely recommend getting Reforged Stones just by playing like a round of PvP in a season, and you're going to be getting a ton of them just from that. But what I would say is that what I would have wanted to see here is a switch, or what's a good word for it? The ability to transfer platinum and orbs. So just universally, like the eternal orbs and platinum should be like to a 1-to-2 ratio, 1 platinum to 2 eternal orbs, and you should be able to transfer back and forth. Because like for me, or any other like free-to-play player, if you want a skin, you can't do it at all unless you get Actually, no, like period. You can't get any skins at all in the game unless you pay for them. Whereas if you wanted to take the time to grind platinum, it does allow you to, if we had the opportunity to switch that over to eternal orbs, that then makes a free to play player feel as though they have the ability of getting most of what a pay to play player could get, which is phenomenal. And maybe 1 to 2 isn't the right ratio because you do want to keep the integrity of people who are going to spend actual money on the game. Makes total sense. I understand the logic and I support the logic, but I do think there should be, even if it is a steep ratio, should allow free-to-play players to be able to obtain eternal orbs from platinum. Because I mean, it's just it makes the game rich with content while also making it a viable market. So let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But that's what I would have wanted to see here, but that's not what we're getting. This is a good change, but I would have wanted to see it done differently. So in the Sanctum, aspirin keys and gems will now automatically be looted from the Sanctum. I have never had a gem fall, but this is a nice quality of life change. Wait, that's it? Okay. Social notification improvements. When you create a Helicarrier raid, members of your warband and clan will be notified via their respective chat channels, allowing them to join your raid. Okay. A party leader's bounties will now be automatically shared with other party members unless those players already have 4 active bounties. Players with active bounties will be given the option to replace their current bounties with the party leader's bounties. So the first one for the Helicarrier raids, again, kind of not necessarily necessary, but it's a quality of life increase. So we'll take the W. Not a big one. It's a lowercase W, but we'll take it. But for the bounties, this is, if anything, this is a bug that they fix, in my opinion, because I joined a party for farming, which is what my intent was. But apparently they were farming their bounties, so I did not read the fine print of whatever popped up. And apparently I forfeited all of the 4 bounties I had completed but not turned in yet, and basically accepted the bounties of that party leader. So I had to redo all those bounties. You only have to do that once to realize that you never want to do it again. So if anything, this is kind of just making sure that doesn't happen as frequently, I guess, or giving the luxury of like, if oh crap, I forgot to grab my bounties. Oh, it's okay, I have them, I'll share them with you. So this is what it was like in World of Warcraft 2. So, I'll take it. It's a nice quality of life. Now to the new event, Rising Damnation Limited Time Event. Now, I don't know if you can notice, very appropriately so, we have the Necromancer in the background, since, he's getting basically a buff with the 2 most popular gems that they would say that the Necro would use. Well, maybe not 2 most, but 2 gems that they would probably are using. All right, so nobody's safe from the demonic temptation in Sanctuary. Okay, this is that whole thing. We don't need to read the lore of the event. I mean, it's cute, but what is it? So from January 5th at 3 a.m. till January 13th at 3 a.m. server time, as you complete daily rising damnation task, you'll receive various rewards for your heroics. Ranking up enough completed tasks will also unlock milestone rewards for you, a testament to your valor. So of course we get a little bit of a sneak peek here. Gonna get some rare crafts, gonna get the legendary mystery legendary piece, which I like for my ults in particular. And then this pearl thing that you have to get 40, you have to get a 5-star gem, which I do like. I just wish we got more of these quicker, because 40 is a lot even when we get them in this. Like you get 1 weekly from the Hilts Trader, and then you get the occasional one in the special events. But again, I get it. I get where they're coming from, and then the legendary crest. So doable there. All right, so salvage a piece of equipment, kill 1,000 monsters. So not difficult stuff here. And some of it actually, you can double dip and then also upgrade your battle pass, which is pretty nice. Send a chat message to a friend. Yeah, so these are not going to be difficult at all, and you get some decent rewards. Very cool. All right, so bug fixes. Looking for the latest round. Okay, so there's that. So that's going to do it for the actual update. Like I said, very, very small. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I do want to go in and hypothesize a little bit here. All right, so this update will be coming out on January 5th. So what that means is the following update will be 2 weeks after. So if we go ahead and look at that, so it comes out the 5th basically. 1, 2, that puts us around the 18th, 19th, because again, some of it's coming out on the 4th, which is tomorrow, today by the time you're watching the video, and then 2 weeks after that is the 18th. That 18th should put us around the time the battle pass ends, which is a very interesting point. And if you saw my recent video, well, actually you haven't seen it yet because it comes out tomorrow, fun fact. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video. Make sure you watch my next video, which is going to be our Reddit recap episode 2, because one of the comments that we cover in that video alluded to some hypothetical things happening on January 18th, which would check out based off this timeline, knowing that this is a smaller update. They call it a smaller content update, and knowing that we get them bi-weekly every 2 weeks. So there's a decent chance that there could be some proof to his what that person said on the Reddit forum. So make sure you watch that video to see what it was talking about. We don't have any update at all as to where the Death Knight, Dark Knight, Blood Knight, whatever it is, Blood Knight is, but we can't help but wonder if it's coming soon. So I don't want to go ahead and like sound the alarms and let everyone think that, you know, potentially the Blood Knight is coming on the 18th. But I am led to believe that we are going to be getting a much more major update coming on the 18th update, as well as obviously the new Battle Pass. I did cover in my video yesterday that you know, we could be potentially getting a brand new, I say pay to win skin, and somebody called me out. Obviously, it's not pay to win, it's just pay for cosmetics, but it was a joke. Hopefully you laughed. If not, well, L to me. But I do think that we'll get the next round of the cross-class skin. So watch that video if you haven't already. I'll link that one here at the very end. Go ahead and watch that one to the very end so we could talk about it. Look at it. There's a little bit of a preview as to what it looks like. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out right now. But like I said, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I do think that this lines up with some hypothetical things that we talked about in tomorrow's video. But you make sure you smash that subscribe button so you get to that video as soon as it comes out. And until next time, lock it in.